Man, I hate this cat. Why do we have to get her anything? Green and Emma left the slightly sulky Celine behind and took off to the store to buy whatever it was Emma was searching for. Here we go. The color looks just right, too. That's wool, right? I didn't know you could knit. I used to do it quite often back home, actually. Where are you from, Emma? You have not... I mean, you're a witch. I guess that's why you never said your hometown, but... we know you're part of the Hexen clan, the witches or whatever. Like, tell us where you're from. I've been working on a scarf for Celine for a while now as a sort of reunion present. It's almost done too, but I ran out of wool, so I came here to buy some more. Oh, really? In that case, why not finish it in our living room? That way you should be able to work on it without her finding out the surprise. Sounds like an excellent idea. Thanks, Reen. After showing Emma to the mansion's living room, Reen decided to sit and accompany her as she worked, the both of them enjoying the soothing warmth of the fire. Look at her go. That's my girl. I made some tea, Emma. Wow, that looks great so far. Why, thank you, Reen. I think this deep blue color will really suit her, personally. Yeah, definitely. Can't wait to see how it looks when it's done. Gotta say, I don't like Celine, but that does look like something that she would wear. Like, I could see it. It's nice to see how close the two of you are. Close? Do you really think so? She's certainly important to me, but at the same time, she's not exactly pleasant to me most of the time either. That's just how Celine is. I don't think she means any harm by it. Don't tell her I said this, but she was really worried about you the whole time we were separated. I know for a fact she cares about you, even if she has a tough time putting it into words. Really? Thanks for telling me. We've been together since the day I was born, but I guess I still have a hard time reading her. Once I began training to become a full-fledged witch, she became my familiar. So in a sense, she's like a sister to me. Really? I'm kinda jealous. As far as siblings go, it's like you two can be completely open with one another. When it comes to Elise, I always find myself holding back from saying what I'm really thinking. You say that, but I'm sure Celine's still keeping plenty of things from me. I could certainly be more open with her than I can with Vita, though at least. If you don't mind my asking, how are the two of you related anyway? You said she was something of a sister to you when we first found out her true identity. She's a sister in the sense that we both trained to become witches together. I've always admired her and looked up to her both for skill and witchcraft, and her beautiful voice. Even now, I feel like I'll never be able to catch up to her in terms of raw talent. I see. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. All you can do is really keep trying. I suppose. One thing's for certain, you won't be able to catch up with her in the day. You didn't learn how to knit the scarf in a day, right? That took time. Catching up to Vita shouldn't feel any different. All you can do is keep trying your best. When you put it that way, you have a point. Thanks for your encouragement, Reen. I feel a lot better now. Eventually, Emma finished knitting the scarf and promptly delivered it to Celine. While she may not have put it in words, it was obvious from purring that she was pleased. Very nice, very nice. So she has another bonding event. We'll come back to Emma. Where's Elisa? I know she's here. I just saw Elisa. Hey, Elisa. What are you doing here, Elisa? Your mother told me that I could find some tools in here, so here I am. I need them for the work I'm going to be doing on an orbital bike. Oh, you're working on the orbital bike. Sick. Wait, you know how the bike works well enough to do that? Yo, you should add jet engines. Just like, I don't know if it has jet engines already, but make it even faster. Well, an engine's an engine, right? I should be able to tinker with it. After all, Angelica's done for us. I at least want to make sure she gets her precious bike back in top condition. Who said I was giving it back to Angelica? It's my bike now. Might be nice if I gave her a hand. Need a hand there? Sounds like a two-person job to me, and I feel bad making you do all the work when Angelica left it in my care. I'd figured you'd say that. It'd probably go more smoothly with an extra pair of hands, so sure. Alright, that's everything around the orbital engine taken care of. It could probably do with being taken for a test ride at some point, though. Oh, I should oil the moving parts too. Man, you really are amazing. I knew you were good with orbital technology and all, but I didn't expect you to be able to perform maintenance this well. All of this is just a stopgag, really. I had a few chances to look at it back at the academy too, so I have a vague idea of what needs to be doing, that's all. Doesn't make you any less amazing in my eyes. When in Nord, you worked out what was wrong with that truck and even knew the model of that mortar we found. At first, I thought it was just because you're part of the Rhymefer family, but I feel like that's underselling you now. You must have studied like crazy to know so much. Well, I did spend a lot of time studying orbital technology even before enrolling at the academy. I used my family name, however, I could in order to visit RF factories and attend lectures at the Institute of Technology. I'm more than confident I made the most of every chance I had to study and broaden my knowledge of the field. I have a feeling I know why you did all that too. Was it to rebel against your mother? Well, can't deny it. Not to beat a dead horse, but it felt like my mother just stopped caring about us after my father passed. I mean, she'd stolen the company from grandfather and everything. How could you do that to your own father? I suppose you could say all that studying was my way of trying to show her up at something. A little, at least. I see. So, were you able to? Not in the slightest. Now that she's missing, this isn't the time to be thinking about my next act of rebellion either. And you know what? That's fine by me. I made up my mind to focus on the future rather than the past for now. I've got to keep that promise I made to her and Rower. After all, I'll be running the company before she knows it. I think she'd prefer it that way, honestly. Oh, Reen, my dude, you gotta stop doing that. Huh? Look at you. You were so engrossed in the bike that you didn't even notice all the snow building on your head. Still, I think you found the right way to approach things. I'll have to pick up a few pointers from you. Can't let myself get too wrapped up in my past either. And that way, we'll both be able to find the best paths for us each to take. I certainly hope so. Come on, don't cry. Here, this'll cheer you up. Is that a bunny made out of snow? And look, you got loads of snow on your head. Don't worry, you can follow me back to Ymir. So stay close, okay? Okay. Oh, is this Elisa as a child? Are you kidding me? What's wrong? I can't believe I forgot. Remember how I talked about coming here with a family as a kid? Coming here with my family as a kid, I ended up getting lost in the mountain. Just when I started to think I'd be lost forever, a boy appeared out of nowhere. And he led me all the way back to Ymir. That boy was you, I'm sure of it. Oh my goodness, did they literally just like... I feel like I've seen this kind of story in every anime. Where Fruits Basket, this is very similar to Fruits Basket. It's a minor spoiler for Fruits Basket. But when the main character, Toru Honda, gets lost from her home, she's led back to her house by Yuki, who is like someone that... It's just plot convenience in anime. That does ring a bell, actually. The year after that was when the whole thing with my power happened. So I kind of pushed everything else to the back of my mind. Weird. We really did meet when we were kids. Yeah, it's wild. I was only joking about it before, but yeah, we really did. I'd forgotten all about it too, probably because it was a scary memory for me. I don't blame you, still, you don't get coincidences like this every day. I'd be embarrassed to try and attribute it to something like fate, though. You're right, maybe if we'd realized sooner, sure. But it makes me happy to know it was you all along. Why is that text so small? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. It's nothing at all. Anyway, let's finish up with the bike, shall we? Yeah, sure. Another example is Scarlet Nexus, where they connected Yuito and Kasane by making Kasane the one that saved Yuito that day. And technically, Yuito was a child and Kasane and him met. So they did that. They do that a lot in anime. Rin and Elisa worked together to finish the rest of the bike's maintenance, the two of them feeling somewhat awkward around each other due to their recent discovery. And upon their completion, they went to the return the tools that Baron Schwarzer's study. Raptor, welcome to the stream. Classic anime. Who do I want to bond with next? Who's in here? Dude, I really wish the bonding system worked differently. I seriously do. It's one of my biggest complaints with this series. I wish I can, like, bond with whoever I want. I don't know. Do I do it? I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna do Sarah's. I'm a little scared about doing Sarah's, but let's do it. Well, seeing as Toval and Miles are safe, I'm guessing I should have read that. I'm sorry. Wish I could say the same for our colleagues over in Crossbell, though. I can't even get in touch with Wenzel. A friend of yours? We go way back a ways, yeah. He used to be registered as a bracer here, but eventually he packed up and moved to Crossbell. Anyway, leave worrying about the guild to us. You've got enough on your plates as it is. Just focus on what move you guys are gonna make next. If you feel like you need a break, I'd be happy to join, though. That sounds nice, actually. Would you mind hanging out for a while? Striking while the iron's hot, I see. Alright, I could use the company. I was actually thinking of heading into the tavern for a drink or two. What do you say, a little change of venue? Fine with me, but I'll stick with the living the dry life. Figured you'd say that. Come on, then. I knew we were gonna go out for alcohol. What else would Sarah want to do on an afternoon like this? No sooner had they arrived at the tavern did Sarah ask Gerald for alcohol recommendations, and after she offered to pay, Reen settled on a ginger ale. Ginger ale? Why did I say that so weird? I know what ginger ale is. I guess I never knew. I thought ginger ale was one word. I know it sounds crazy, chat. I thought ginger ale was one word, so when I saw it separated, I was like, it looked weird to me, but then I'm like, yeah, I've had ginger ale before. I know what that is. Ah, this is the good stuff. It's got a very mellow taste, but it's sweet and refreshing too. Had no idea you could make something so good out of rice of all things. It's the kind of alcohol from the east that Master Ka 5 brought here, I believe. Gerald said it's a Jun Mai Shu. That Master Ka 5 sure knows his stuff. He sounds like a man I'd love to drink the night away with. He's always been a bit of a heavy drinker, so I'm pretty sure he'd take you up on that if you asked. Oh no. But you might want to cut down the booze. With things so shaky now, you never know when you'll need to take action. I know, I'm not planning on getting myself plastered when you got that discussion later on, so don't freak out. I think I've earned a bit of alcoholic relaxation time personally. After all, I went cold turkey while I was in hiding. It was torture. Would you deny your poor instructor some sweet, sweet relief? Sure, relief. Let's call it that. What have you been doing all this time anyway? We didn't hear so much as a rumor about you. Oh, I was just lying low, gathering what information I could through connections from my guild years. Information about what was going on elsewhere in the country, capital in particular, that kind of stuff. In the capital? Did you manage to find anything out? No more than you did yourselves, sad to say. The Noble Alliance is doing a great job of keeping information from leaking into the city. After that, I decided to sneak into the Crucian province to follow the Alliance's movements from there. And that was when I ended up getting in contact with Husis. I see. It's pretty impressive you were able to do so much on your own. Well, working alone and gathering information are two things. I had to get used to it during my guild years. So it was nothing new for me. If anything, I'm more impressed with everything you've managed to do. I was glad to see everyone here was okay after that Jaeger attack too. Sounds like it was a high-ranking corps. Yeah, the Northern Jaegers under orders from Duke Abarea. Fortunately, there were no facilities, even if the experience was pretty traumatic for everyone. Dad's woken up too, so there's been no real long-time damage there. We had the goddess blessings in that respect. I'm sorry, couldn't be there to help when you needed it most, Reen. You don't need to apologize. You couldn't possibly have known what was gonna happen. Something wrong? You look distracted all of a sudden. No, it's nothing. I was just thinking about what a relief it is that your dad's okay. He always seemed like such a pleasant man, especially for a noble. Handsome too. I don't like where this is going. Oh, relax, I'm kidding. Anyway, all that aside, you made it this far, you can make it to the rest of the way too. Just keep your eyes on the future, and that starts by deciding what to do next. You're right, we'll all be counting on you Oh, this stuff's awesome. Can you at least let me finish before you wind up passed on the floor? There are times where I hate Sarah, and I actually just want to die, but she's pretty okay. After finishing her drink, Reen led an ever so tipsy Sarah back to the Phoenix Wings. Oh, Sarah. There are times when I just want to die when Sarah speaks, or just doesn't go 5 seconds without mentioning alcohol. I would like to bond with Laura. Why do I keep going to the valley? It's on accident. We got up here. Milliam and Claire. I want to do Laura. I want to save 1 bomb point for Gaius. Oh, look, Fee's with a doggo. You know what? We do Fee because she's with a doggo. This dog's named Badeau, right? He's cute. Yeah, Dad raised him to be a hunting dog. Believe it or not, he's a sweetie, though. Looks like a smart one to me. Petting him's pretty relaxing, too. I'll stay with him for a bit while I think about what we should do. Come to think of it, just about feeding time. Yes, it's a doggo. Want me to help you feed him? Sure, I'd like that. Be right back. I've got to go get his food. He automatically wins in this bonding event because there's a dog involved. How's that taste? Good? It looks like he's wagging his tail. Sorry for not being able to spare much time for you and Arthur, Badeau. He says it's okay. Smart doggy. Can you understand what dogs are saying or something? No, just guessing based on how he acts and barks. Back in the Corps, I used to look after military monsters a lot. Really? That sounds like an awfully dangerous job for you to be doing. Well, I did get bitten sometimes at first. Of course, a monster would bite a girl like this. But after one of the other caretakers showed me what to do, they stopped. You mean you could tame monsters, like Monster Hunter style? The way you talked about your time there, it's hard to believe the Jaeger Corps you were in was one of the strongest. Is Zephyr unusual by his Jaeger standards? I guess. The boss was pretty easygoing, but it was always hard to tell what he was thinking. You remember what I told you at Master Mater Park, right? How they taught me survival skills and all that? Zeno and Leo taught me how to set traps and the art of close quarters combat. I can't imagine what it must have been like living that kind of life day to day. But it's easier to see how you came to think of them as family. Yeah, we were family. Until they all left me behind after the boss died. I just want to know why. Why they all had to leave me behind. Now that I might have the chance to, I don't want to let it pass me. Even if it won't be easy getting it out of them. Still. Cute doggo. I love dogs. I love this breed. Is this like based on an Alaskan Malamute? I love those. I love Alaskan dogs. Or Siberian Huskies. They're great. I think I even understood what he was saying this time. Try not to overthink it. Something along those lines. There's no reason you need to try and find out alone. Not when you got all of us with you. If that's what you want to know, we'll all make it work. You will? Heh, you're right. How could things not work when I've got you guys? Awesome. We're gonna do Laura, and then we have to pick one more character other than Gaius. We did Machias's hot spring event, so we're not gonna do Machias because we already got bonding. I'm thinking either Elliot or Toval. Even the air here feels clean. It's not hard to see why Yun Ka-Fai is so fond of the village. I hope that I'll get the chance to bring Father and Klaus here one day. We'd be happy to have them, and don't worry, I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances once the war's over. I hope so. I suppose it's another reason for us to hasten this conclusion. But I'm still at a loss as to how, though. What should we do, I wonder? Definitely racking your brain over this. Maybe a break would do her good. Why don't we go somewhere and take a break? It's good to take a breather sometimes when you're stuck on a difficult problem. Sounds reasonable. In that case, I'd like to ask you a favor. Would you escort me to your room? I mean, you're not like the main waifu. I don't know if that's appropriate. What? I don't think we should be taking Laura to our room. Never mind, this room looks sick. So, this is your bedroom? Where's your bed? The decor has something of an Eastern feel to it, fitting for a former student of Yu Kan-Fai's. Is there anything here that's particularly representative of the Eight Leaves School? I should have known. You caught me off guard when you asked to see my room, but it figures that's what you were interested in. Huh? Why would you be so surprised? Oh, it's nothing. As for your question, I don't have all that much, I'm afraid. Wait, actually I have some tea leaves. Master Ka-Fai gave to Dad a while back, I think. Where is Reen's bed, though? I have no idea where his bed could be. How about it? You up for something? Up for having some green tea? Really? I'd like that very much. Awesome. This is just tea time. This is not a date, for anyone wondering. This is quite a refined taste, indeed. This is my first time tasting green tea. Monica left me to sample the tea served at her class's tea house during the festival. But this seems to have more depth and flavor to its fragrance. Master Ka-Fai is a huge fan of this kind, apparently. He brought it back from East himself. He's always bringing gifts whenever he comes to visit, so he's popular among the locals. Everyone likes him here. Really now? I have yet to have the opportunity to meet him in person, but I can easily see why he and Father get along so well. Would you happen to know where he is now? Nope, afraid not. That letter I received from him during our vacation here didn't specify. He's always been something of a vagrant. He wanders the continent throughout the year, stopping off wherever he pleases. So while I couldn't tell you where he is, I'm sure he's just fine. I imagine so. If rumor is to be believed, he's as proficient with a blade as Father, if not more so. Are you worried about your dad? I am. I try to avoid admitting it publicly, but it's a fact. His skill is as immense as ever, but given the various new weapons that have come into play during the war, along with other powerful warriors such as General Aurelia and that knight from Ouroboros, yeah, I can't blame you for being a little concerned under the circumstances. Still, all we could do in the meantime is keep going and do what we're able to. So long as we keep that up, I'm sure we'll be reunited with them in due time. Maybe. No, you're right. In a sense, this is but another trial we must overcome to reach greater heights. Yeah, and I know we can overcome it so long as we're together.